And I don't know if you can think of a better pro. I go way back with Frank, right? Played at Arkansas, hosted him on his official visit, right? So spent a lot of time with him, and man, what a consummate pro who he played through more than most folks will ever know. What he's meant to this organization, it's hard to put into words. He came in here in the Matty P days and fought through a lot of stuff then, on the field, off the field, and then he's been a vital part of this turnaround. So my hat's off to him, and he'll be seen when he wants to be seen, and he'll be heard from when he wants to be heard from.
There were some people externally who felt like this was a contract discussion. We know that it wasn't now, but what can you say about the weight and effort that goes into him making a decision like this?
I mean, it's a huge. I think it's as much family as everything else. I haven't even talked to him yet. He sent us a couple text messages, and we'll see him when we see him. But I'll let Frank talk to the reasoning of that. He put the thing out on Instagram. I'm not gonna try to go into any more than that because I don't know any more than that.
I know you don't replace a guy like that, but just as well equipped as this team is depth-wise, coaching at that position, how much do you guys all have to kind of pick up the loss? Oh,
it's a tremendous loss. You can't minimize that loss. That puts a huge load on everyone else because he shows up every day as the first one in the film room, knocking down the door, figuring out the game plan, all the weird looks, the weird calls that you fall into, and that's on someone else now. Right? He's not here, so that's collectively as a unit, whoever's playing center, they've got to do that. Jared's going to shoulder some of that load too. So, but collectively, we all have to band together, find the weak points and stuff, and get better, because at the end of the day, the game's going to go on long after I'm gone. So. Long after Frank's gone, so we just have to shoulder the load and pick it up and go from there.
You mentioned his Instagram post. I mean, whenever you looked at it on Monday morning, just how surprised were you to see that there was going to be a change on this O-line?
Yeah, I mean, he let us know before that, so we didn't find out on Instagram. But I think it's always there. Every year you don't know if someone's going to come back or not, have a change of heart, get hurt, not, it doesn't matter. But, his decision, he can speak to that. But at the end of the day, it's at this point, we have to move along, carry the load, and figure out what's going on from here.
How is Tate coming along? We saw a lot of him today.
Yeah, he's grown a lot as a rookie. This offense there's a lot to it. And so he's getting thrown into it, which is the best way to learn a lot of times. So, impressed with him and, the things he's doing, and, he's going to continue to grow, and we'll see what happens.
What's the best advice you can give to a rookie like that whenever you have news of this magnitude as a veteran player who's played a lot of football?
Yeah, I think Tate's done a great job of, coming in, and, God gave us 2 ears and one mouth for a reason, and he's done a real good job about that. So, he's going in, he knows he's not Frank. He's not trying to be Frank. He's not trying to replace Frank. He's trying to be Tate. So, again, I'll let Tate talk to what his methodology is. But from the outside looking in, he's doing a really good job right now.
Bigger picture, just with a change at offensive coordinator and then some of the differences, what are you noting in these early spring practices about just how the team is acclimating?
It's been obviously there's change. Change isn't good or bad. It is change. So I think it's still early. We're getting in, learning the things that changed, refining. Every year you do a huge self scout, and try to figure out how we're going to evolve and change and grow as an offense, as a unit. No 2 years are the same. So going through that, but the intensity's been great. Seeing different guys in different spots and just kind of how we're rolling things, and just kind of seeing what's going on. It's been a very good six practices, but really the 3 weeks before that were very beneficial for all of us.